to the people and leaders of Iran. We want you to have a future, and a great future, one that you deserve, one of prosperity at home and harmony with the nations of the world. The United States is ready to embrace peace with all who seek it.
Here now.
Marcus Conte reporting. To embrace, the President of the United States extends his hand to the Iranian people, embracing peace as he slaughters their number 2 guy. Marcus Conte reporting on the big House vote yesterday. We'll talk about that too. There was a bomb, plane, the Ukrainian plane went down over Iraqi war space, whatever. And we'll take a look at that. I'm not really sure what the fuck I'm talking about, but I'll take a look at it with you guys. So the House, big vote yesterday. Big vote. The big vote, the big Nancy Pelosi vote. This is right up there with impeaching the president with no consequence. We're going to impeach the president. What does it mean? Absolutely nothing. Will it ever pass? Will the president get knocked out of office? No. Same here. All right, so let's look at the vote. House votes to restrain President Trump's Iran war powers. The debate over the resolution reignites a fierce dispute over Congress's role in matters of war and peace, and highlighted deep disagreements over President Trump's policy on Iran. Really, what disagreements? They all agree on it. They all agree on it, except when it comes to trying to get reelected. Then they disagree on war. But when it comes to voting and giving Trump, an extra $70 billion from $700 billion to $770 billion, increasing the war budget, nobody said a peep about it. Give him the money. And we outspend everybody else 10, 11, 12 times, 12 to 1. Where was the outrage then? Now there's an outrage. Okay. A sharply divided House voted on Thursday to force President Trump to come to Congress for authorization before taking further military action against Iran, in a sharp response to his ratcheting up of hostilities with Tehran without the explicit approval of the legislative branch. Bull fucking shit. They didn't force anything. There's no enforceability to what was just voted on. It's another frivolous vote, just like the vote to impeach Trump. The vote was 224 to 194. 224 to 194, almost entirely along party lines. That's almost the same numbers as impeachment. To curtail Trump's war-making power, it came as Democrats insist that the president must involve Congress in any escalation against Iran, and Republicans, following Mr. Trump's lead, accused the Democrats of coddling the enemy and questioning the commander-in-chief at a dangerous moment. It is, I would have to agree with the Republicans there. You're coddling, whether Trump made the right decision or not. You don't call into question his what he did as an American. You don't do that. You have to at least hear him out, and that's why it becomes an election thing. An election thing to get Trump reelected, because when a president is at war, you don't question the power of the man. He looks more powerful than he actually is. He becomes graded in life. He becomes a superhero. The president is a superhero in times of war. See how it's a false fucking fag? A false flag? Fag? Right? That's what it is. That's what it becomes because it seeks to... It's the big move covering the little move. The big move, we took out the number 1 terrorist in the world. Oh, and he happens to be a beloved figure in Iran. Mostly beloved by a little more than half of the people. No country, you can't find a single country where everybody loves the leader, but he's nonetheless a leader, and he was taken out and beloved. And the Americans label him a terrorist. But I forgot what I was going to say, man. Just my train of thought just went right out the goddamn window. I'll try to pick it up. So anyway, so here's the big line. Actually, it's not the big line, but it's almost the big line. Listen to this. Listen to this jargon. If our loved ones are going to be sent to fight in any protracted war, the president owes the American people a conversation. Said Representative Alyssa Slotkin, Democrat of Michigan. Well, yeah, maybe, but you don't reveal your cards. If it's real war, real threat of war, you don't do that. You don't say, oh, by the way, we're going to blow you up. Here's the big line. Here's the big tell right here. The measure itself was largely symbolic, without the force of law, and unlikely to tie Mr. Trump's hands, even if the Senate endorsed it. Right. What are they voting for? Why is it symbolic? Oh, we're against Trump going to war with Iran, but not really, because it's not binding. There's no binding language in what was just passed. So are we passing laws? Are we passing, does the legislative branch actually have power by law? Or are they just they're just scolding their finger at Trump, who doesn't give a shit? You see his tweet. I'll put up his tweet in a second. So symbolic vote, the debate it brought to the House floor was the latest in which lawmakers, citing their obligations as a co-equal branch of government, voiced deep skepticism about a potentially devastating military conflict. It echoed the searing disputes over United States involvement in Vietnam and in the run-up to Iraq war. Right, they're banging the anti-war drum. So all the hippies get up, carry signs, and say, "No more war, no more war." Look, we passed the bill. Look, we voted. We voted. It doesn't mean anything, but we still voted. See, we voted to stop Trump from doing what he's doing. But meanwhile, we fund him, and we're behind every one of his war moves in terms of votes that actually matter. So Democrats, impotent, soft penises, all soft penises, no erection whatsoever. So here's Trump. Hope that all House Republicans will vote against Crazy Nancy's War Powers resolution. This is before the vote. Crazy Nancy. Also remember her speed and rush in getting the impeachment hoax voted on and done. Well, she never sent the articles to the Senate. Just another Democrat fraud. Presidential harassment. Presidential harassment. That's a good line, man. Fucking Trump coins another phrase. So here's again. House votes to limit Trump's president powers. Blah, 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 blah. After killing Qasem Soleimani. So it's official. It's official. The Democrats have said, what did they say? I don't know what they said. Let's listen to Trump. So here, let's move on to the downing of the plane. Apparently a Ukrainian plane went down. Let's read what it is. I should actually know what happened, right? Iran missile system shot down Ukrainian flight, probably by mistake, sources say. The Ukrainian flight that crashed just outside of Iran capital of Tehran. So it crashed in Iran. Capital of Tehran, was struck by an anti-aircraft missile system, a Pentagon official, a senior U.S. intelligence official, and an Iraq intelligence official told Newsweek. None of the officials were authorized to speak yet. They never are. Ukraine International Airline Flight 752, a Boeing 737 en route to Tehran, Iyam Kamani International Airport, was shot down. Iran launched missiles at military bases housing U.S. blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's listen to Trump.
Mr. President, the plane that went down from Iran, what do you think happened to that plane?
Well, I have my suspicions. It was very, I don't want to say that because other people have those suspicions also. It's a tragic thing. When I see that, it's a tragic thing. But somebody could have made a mistake on the other side. Could have made a mistake. It was flying. It was flying, and
it was all just a mistake. It's all just a mistake.
Not our system. No, it has nothing to do with us. It was flying in a pretty rough neighborhood, and somebody could have made a mistake. Some people say it was mechanical. I personally don't think that's even a question. Personally, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't want to get. That's up to them. At some point, they'll release the black box. Ideally, they'd get it to Boeing, but if they gave it to France or if they gave it to some other country, that would be okay, too. I think, ideally, that will be released. I have a feeling that it's just some very terrible something very terrible happened.
So there you go. So you got another 176 people dead already. Why? What happened? Itchy trigger finger. That's what's called an itchy trigger finger, where Iran has their finger on the trigger, right? And they don't know what the hell's flying around. They think their main guy, see paranoia? Their main guy got whacked. Their main guy, Qasim Soleimani, we love you, Soleimani, right? Got whacked the other day, right? And now they got the itchy trigger finger. That's what that is, right? So they shoot down a domestic flight in an international airport by mistake, a blunder, an accident. We have our suspicions, but it was an accident, was it? We'll find out. So there you go. Mark's Conte reporting on the big vote, the big 224, the big 224. What is it? Fucking big 224 to 194. Trump is now hogtied. Let's look at this. You want to see the actual downing of the flight? I forgot about this one. Check this out. This is allegedly. See the bomb? See it again? Don't blink or you'll miss it. Right there. So this is allegedly unidentified video purports to show Ukraine flight the moment the missile hit. So nobody's disputing that it was a missile. It was a fuck up. Watch. Boom. Wow. Just like that, 176 people died. Oh, crazy shit. Crazy. And there's the explosion. Ooh, that was a long delay. That was crazy, right? So now you saw the bomb. See this one. What's this all about? What's this one? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to hear the distance. About 8 seconds away. So that was like, I think that's the equivalent of 8 miles. Let's watch one more time. From the flash. Where's the flash? Where's the flash? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 11 seconds away. That's a long distance. You know, you do that with thunder. You can time how far. So the shot is there, and about 11 seconds away, you get the sound. So it could be, it's miles away. It seems a little closer. What do I know? What do I know? I'm talking bullshit right now, right? Talking bullshit. Just wasted 2 minutes of your time. Mark Conte reporting. So that's the big vote, 224 to 194, I guess. And the House tried to hogtie Trump, didn't work. Tried to impeach him, didn't work. They're going to try to smear him and cheat him in the election. That might work. I hope it works. You know, I don't hope for cheating, but I do hope that Trump gets destabilized so that we can insert a real president. The one, Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders. Bernie. Here comes Bernie. Here comes Bernie.